Adam, disappointing, because obviously in that position there, we're 1-0 up as well, very comfortable. They score a worldie. We've switched off edge of the area, giving him too much time. Neves, he scored probably the goal of the season. Yeah. Then we've gone on to get a penalty, and we've missed it. But what's gone wrong today?
You could see the game plan. You could see Wolves' game plan. Literally play for a draw. They have 5 minutes in the game. That was it. They hit the post in that 5 minutes. Looked dangerous. Crowd got up and they scored the goal of the season. It's a great move from the corner. You can't fault the goal. Neves world class. Simple as. That's what it took to get past us today, because Dave had, I think, one over save, a little pass back ever from Jota, and that was it. And we completely controlled the game without being spectacular. Don't get me wrong. We talked about it before. The creativity in our team is what's going to scupper us this season, because we're going to get games like Chelsea where everything goes in. We had 2 major chances today. Martial put his away, and then we had the penalty, and the wrong decision was made in terms of the penalty taker. It was 2 chances. It should have been 2 goals.
Because their keeper didn't work either, is it?
He didn't do nothing. None of the keepers. Both keepers had the feet up. Yeah. No one was pulling up true. Wolves as the home team, just seeing United coming to town, will sit back.
Which is their game plan. We can't. That is what they do. They look to counter. We knew they were going to do it. Yeah. It wasn't like the Chelsea game where they had most of the ball and we'd look to counter them. Did we struggle with that? Because let's look at our midfield. The likes of McTominay, obviously Pogba. In there, and Lingard. What did you make of the midfield? That's McTominay. What did you make of him?
McTominay was poor tonight. He was good here last season. He had one of his better games, and going into the end of last season he was decent, but I didn't think he was great against Chelsea, and he wasn't good again today. Maybe a switch with Fred might change things up in there a little bit, but that's basically it. That's our midfield options, because Pereira comes on. Where's he going to play? Is he going to take Jesse's spot as a 10? Because doesn't seem to do it as much in the midfield
Chelsea,
role.
and it didn't go well, did it?
And we were talking about it before. I mean, I was talking about it last night in terms of Sanchez going and players leaving right now, and we're looking a bit threadbare. Sanchez might have done something today, but we just don't know at the moment. The problem goes back to the summer with our midfield, and not.
And we knew this would happen. Yeah. We knew.
We know what the season is now. Yeah. I've accepted where we are, and this, if you looked at it, probably was an alright result if you looked at it on paper at the start of the season. You thought, I'll take a draw here and then move on to the next game, because we got beat twice here last year. It doesn't look like a bad result, but for the simplicity of that game that we had completely under control, and a world-class goal has changed it, because they literally had 5 minutes of the game, Wolves, and we completely had them. We nullified every single threat that they had. They had nothing. They didn't see Jota. Neves apart from the goal.
They didn't tear us apart. I mean, my 2 biggest things. Well, my biggest worry for coming here was that. Look at last year. Literally on the counter attack, Jota was beaming through, linking up little 1-2s with him and there's goal. That's what we were seeing. Neves feeding him in, Matinho, then Donko, etc. We didn't see that today, so that is a positive. At the back 5, which is including De Gea, was very comfortable today, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Maguire complete control, Lindelof again, Bazaka brilliant down. We've got a right hand side now with Bazaka. It looks good. We're lacking a decent winger that we already knew about, so we've accepted that we're not going to get balls into the box. That's why you can let someone like Lukaku go, because that's what he feeds off. We don't play that style of football, I understand that. But then again, you're looking at it then as a problem, because you're alright in defence, and in certain teams when they're attacking us, like you said, we've got space in behind. James can work. Today James couldn't work because Wolves just sit 2 banks of 4 and just said, come on then, come break us down, we'll wait for a mistake from you. Which you could say was an alright game plan for them, but we don't have Jones, Smalling and Young playing today. Today we've got Maguire, Lindelof and Bazaka playing, and there's no mistakes in them, literally, and that's what Wolves feed off, mistakes from us, giving the ball away. Pogba,
so from that point of it is security, right?
Yeah, it's good. That is no issue. We build from the back, there's a start there, but
Pogba
had a poor game today in terms of his passing, but he was still trying. He was still trying to play his game. And that's the only one. He played well, he did really well to win the penalty, and then that's it, your job's done, mate. Go away, walk as far away as possible from that penalty. Rashford, and I'm not blaming Pogba at all for that. I'm blaming Ole. Ole should have said, look, you're not taking the penalty. He's been taking penalties, he's a striker. You know what I mean? When Pogba wasn't there against PSG, he banged it in, pressure situation. First goal of the season, first chance of the season, pressure. bang, in it goes.
Yeah.
No mistake.
And not just like luckily in close, he thumps them in.
Dominates.
Yeah.
If Rashford was on that penalty, I'd have been jumping up and down celebrating before he'd even hit it.
Yeah,
I knew
there
it
was
in.
that worry. I don't know where you were sitting, the people around you, what they thought, but around me, as soon as Pogba did kind of pick the ball up, even me, I was like,
no,
he'll either do the long run up or I just wasn't really that confident. I just felt he was going to miss.
I just watched my vlog back there, and literally that was my reaction. I'm like, why are we changing the penalty? Why change it? There's no need to. Ollie should have been on that sideline and saying, look, Rashford, penalty taker, he doesn't miss. It's simple. Why are we changing it? Apparently he's come out in an interview and said there's no designated penalty taker.
Which is the problem.
Crap.
Yeah.
Shut up. No, Ollie's made a mistake tonight, and his other mistakes with the substitutions. Not
Why
so
did
much.
they come so late?
Exactly, yeah. It wasn't so much the people that came on, because we know Fredbear, that's not Ollie's fault.
Yeah.
It's the summer and everything else that went with the summer that's been put to bed. We know what we've got, but 5 minutes for Greenwood. Mata comes on when you're playing against a team who's got 2 banks of 4 there. We're trying to do a high press. Mata doesn't work. It's too slow. He gave the ball away constantly when he came on. It's like it works when you're probably winning. In a way, Mata. He
just
keeps
to
the ball.
Terry on the top.
He's clever. You can throw a ball into him, but when the pressure's on, and you've got a team that work like Wolves do, and they work, they bust a gut, they chase and harry every single ball. They're so solid and organised.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. None of the top 6 won here last season. I mean, we got beat twice. Looking at it, a draw is not a bad result in the end, but it does feel like we've lost that game because we was totally comfortable. I'd never seen De Gea have an easier game.
Yeah.
We didn't concede a chance.
Yeah.
They had the header, the free header that hit the post, and De Gea punched it away. That was okay. And then they had the will there, and it was like, oh, gosh, you just had to be, didn't it? It had to come here again. And I hate this place. I just hate this. I hate this.
At least we've got it out of the way early.
That's it, innit? We move on from here, and it's like, right, that's that one out of the way.
Yeah.
But then you start to think ahead, and you're like, oh, this game's coming again at another team. This is going to come at a Leicester.
Yeah.
It's going to come at a West Ham in a few weeks. You know what's coming. They'll look at this and use the blueprint. How are we going to take our chances? We need to be as clinical as we was against Chelsea every single game. I said it.
To ask for that for 38 games is nigh on impossible.
Rashford, Martial need to step up. Martial was good tonight. He's our best player going forward for me. Rashford had a poor game. Lingard was okay. He didn't do too much, but I mean, what can you say? That's how Wolves play. They sort of cram that middle out and then make you play out wide because they know we ain't got any width. Yeah. James is all right down there. He got through a few times, but our end product is shocking. Yeah. And that is an issue going forward again. End product, the midfield's non-existent. So what can we do? We've got to expect nights like this going through a season.
Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.